Okay, today I'm going to review with you the Floistace. I believe I said that correctly. It's Floisdace Masticating Juicer. This is going to be fun. So I've already unpackaged it. That's because it came really well packaged. I knew it was going to take me a minute or two to do that. So it does come in a box this size. This is black with a chrome coloring. It comes really well packaged. It's encased in this inside the box with a styrofoam, which I appreciate because I know in transit it's not going to come broken. Again, I've gone ahead and I've already unboxed it though, because I knew that it was going to take me a minute or so to do that. It does come with a manual, which is really handy. It's not a huge manual, so you're not feeling overwhelmed, and it's not going to be something that you're just going to throw aside because it's too big to read through. But it does contain your safety precautions. It goes ahead and it gives you some ideas for troubleshooting if you run into any kind of problems. It also gives you a list of everything that's contained within the packaging, and then all the different parts, tells you what they are, how to use them, and then of course it also gives you just some maintenance tips, how to care for your juicer, and then also how to contact them if you happen to have any problems. But great little booklet. Make sure that you read through it. I've gone ahead and I put this together for you. I'm going to take it apart though, so we can go over it. But before we do that, let me go over a few things. So when it comes to juicers, there's different kinds. This is the Masticating Juicer. Another name that it's called is a cold juicer, cold press juicer, or a slow juicer. They're all the same. There is also though, there's another juicer, and it's called the centrifugal juicer. That's kind of more your standard juicer. It's generally less expensive. The centrifugal one usually costs less money, but you do see a lot of name brands. We personally own one of these centrifugal juicers, name brand one, which we've loved using throughout the years. However, one of my biggest complaints is that it's quite large. It's large, it's bulky, and it just does not fit anywhere in my kitchen, on my countertops, and it's just aesthetically it doesn't look nice. And so because of that, we don't use it very often. Already, once I unpackaged this, immediately I was like, oh, I love this because it's so much smaller. Let's be honest, when I'm juicing, I'm not juicing for my entire family. That's very rare. I'm usually just juicing for myself. So I like that this juicer, this Masticating Juicer, cold press juicer, is smaller. It will juice for enough people, not a huge crowd. That might take some time, but it's small, it's aesthetically very nice looking, and it will fit up nicely on my countertops. It won't be an eyesore. So I love that already immediately. These cups, so these are the retaining cups, one's for the juice, one's for the pulp. These are actually BPA free. You can put these in the dishwasher, you can hand wash these, whichever you would like, but they're very durable, like that they're not going to crack. Again, I like just the sleek design of this. I also love that it does come with the little brush. This comes in handy as you go to clean the juicer. I'll show you what specifically you would use this on. But let's go ahead and take this apart. I want to just open up the manual so that I am referring to the right pieces by name correctly. So this, okay, let's take it apart. That would be the easiest thing to do rather than me just telling you everything. So I've gone ahead and I've plugged it in. As always, I would suggest when you're assembling one of the machines, any machine, right? Any kind of gadget, you always keep something unplugged. That's my personal preference, just for safety reasons. So go ahead. It came packaged, like I said, in this encasement. All these pieces were separate, okay? So you've got the main base, and then what you're gonna put together next, and for safety purposes, also just for sanitary reasons, I've gone ahead and I've already cleaned this, just warm water dish soap. I've cleaned everything ahead of time, but make sure that you do that because that's important, especially since it's just juice. You're not cooking any kind of stuff. That's the other thing I was gonna say with the Masticating juicer. The benefits of having a masticating juicer over the centrifugal juicer is that you retain more nutrients, more vitamins, better flavor. It does take longer to juice, hence the other name for a masticating juicer is slow juicer, right? So it does take a little bit longer, not too terribly long. And whereas a centrifugal juicer, the other kinds of juicers, they use some heat. So when they use heat, you get more oxidation with your produce. You don't get nearly as much oxidation with your produce doing this because it does not use heat, hence the other name, cold press. So love it. There's a lot of really good health benefits and reasons why you would want to use one of these masticating juicers. So, okay, anyways, let's go back to this. So you've got your base. You're gonna go ahead and take the second part, which is where you have your, let's see, this is the screw, okay? This does come out, it came already pieced together, so I'm just gonna leave it. And then you've also got, this is the, let's see, I'm not sure what this is called, but this has the feeding, this has the, both sides. I'll show you. Let's go ahead and put it on. So there is a little side right here where you can see it's a little bit lighter. Also, let's get a close up. So you can also see that there's like the little images of a lock and unlock. So right here, also at the bottom, you'll see that there's this like little triangular thing with the little knob. And right here on the bottom base of your juicer, you can see you've got like a little knob thing there. So you're just gonna go ahead and line this little knob up with that on the base, push it down, okay? It locks in place, and you can see, you know that it's locked in place because it slits these two parts right here, slide right into those slits, okay? So on one of these ends is where our pulp will come out of, and on the other end is where our juice is gonna come out of. After you've slid that into place and it's not gonna go anywhere, right? You're gonna go ahead and take the juice collection, or let's see, what would this be called? The container, right? So this is actually, no, this is the container. You're gonna go ahead and take it, you're gonna slide it over, but let me just reiterate. So right down here, the base of the handle, you'll see an arrow, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and just match this up with right here, where that lock and unlock feature is, images. Go ahead and just push it down. So I'm gonna turn so I can see it. But basically what you'll do is you'll push it down, and then you're gonna twist to your left. And that's so that it locks in place. What I love about this is that it has all the locking features, and you know that that's going to be this is well made and well thought out because it's got all those locking features, and those are for safety. Obviously, when you're using something like a juicer, you want to be concerned about safety, right? You don't want to lose any fingers or anything, or cut anything in the process. And then this comes along too. This is called the pusher. You'll see once I turn it on, what we do with that, basically, if you have fruit that's too small to fit within this area right here, you'll just use the pusher to push down, okay? But really, there is a little unlocking feature back here for the lid. You just pull towards you and you can see it unlocks. You never really want to do that, especially when it's on, right? If you cannot fit your produce that you're juicing down into this little hole, then you probably should cut it up into smaller pieces. One more thing I would recommend, you can really try pretty much any produce, veggies, fruit. I would recommend that you do try to remove the seeds beforehand. So if you're gonna do apples, as I've done here, just make sure the seeds are out. Of course, a seed might slip in, and that's not a problem. It will be able to juice it. But yeah, so you've got your retaining cups. Make sure those cups are right underneath both spouts, because if they're not, you're gonna have a problem and some spillage. But let's go ahead and plug this in and I'll show you how to work it. So just plug it in. Okay, right up front here, you can see you have a little knob. It says on, off, very simple. And then it also has a reverse. That reverse is there for instances where if you're doing like a stalk of celery and it's starting to slow down, or something's catching and it's not quite juicing it, what you'll want to do is you'll want to turn the knob to reverse so that you can pull it out. You don't want to just pull it out, because that could damage your juicer. So make sure if you need to remove something, stop it, turn it to reverse, and then it will release it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. This is the fun part. Basically, you can juice whatever you want, whatever to your heart's desires. I know you can look up online, lots of ideas, but let's go ahead and turn it on. I appreciate that it's not too loud. Again, juicers can be loud. So we're gonna go ahead and just put in our celery. We've got some apples that I've gone ahead and I've cut up. And one more time, I want to just remind you, so the difference between like a general centrifugal juicer and this masticating juicer is that the masticating juicer is going to take a little bit longer. And that's because you're retaining more vitamins, more nutrients. You're going to want that. Okay, let's go ahead and put a little bit more in. I do not need to add any liquid, which is the whole purpose of juicing. If you look closely here though, you can already see I have juice that is already starting to come out. And then over here on this side, you can see I have some pulp. And I can tell you already, because like I've said before, we have another name brand centrifugal juicer, and I would have already gotten so much pulp. And so I love this already that I am getting far less pulp. That means I'm retaining more of the juice that I want. Let's go ahead and add some more. If it gets stuck, don't use your hands. Don't put any kind of spatulas or sticks or spoons in. Always use the push it. You could add, if you'd like, a little piece of lemon. You can even add it with the skin, no problem. And I'm telling you right now, it smells amazing. My house, I've done very little already juicing, but I'm impressed with how much juice I've already gotten. And my house smells like a smoothie bar, which is amazing. Yeah, so this is the Chute Masticating Slow Juicer. You can see, I'm going to take a little bit of this pulp here. I'm going to show you. So all I've done so far is apple, celery, and my lemon. So you can see bits from each, but if I squeeze it, there's no juice. It's basically removed all the liquid from the pulp, which I appreciate as a consumer. I'm not wasting my money on produce. I'm getting my money's worth. And once this is done, I'm going to go ahead and show you how we would clean it. But basically, all these pieces, they are dishwasher safe. I would personally recommend, rather than throwing them into the dishwasher, unless if you're in a big hurry, just using hot water and some mild soap, dishwasher soap. Look at that. It doesn't look great, but it smells delicious. It smells so good, and I can tell you, it's definitely got all those vitamins and nutrients that you want. I'm also impressed because there's far less foam. I can tell you with my with the other juicer that I have, the centrifugal one, Like I said, I get a lot of pulp with that, and I also always get a lot of foam, which it's not a bad thing to drink the foam, but I would much rather have the actual juice. So. Let's go ahead and stop it so I can just show you really quick. Keep that on. And I'm going to go ahead and plug it. Again, anytime that you are assembling it or disassembling it, I would recommend that you unplug it. If you need to get in there and clean it, you just pop that open. Same way that you put it together, you're just going to unlock it, twist to the right, pull up. Okay. And it was still in the process of juicing because I still had some stuff in there, so you can kind of see. But I just wanted to show you. So when you go to clean this, what you'll do is you'll use this little toothbrushy scrubbing thing that they gave you, and just make sure that you clean, especially here where the blades are. Please do not use your fingers on those because they don't look super sharp, but they are. So make sure that you're using mild soap and warm water, and then this to scrub. But yeah, super easy to clean up, and absolutely love this sleek, small design as opposed to some of the other competitors. So great device, love it. We'll be using it often.